School, Channel 5 presents Peninsula District Boys Basketball. The Bethel Bruins hosting the Kecoughtan Warriors. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to a packed house at Bethel High School. Been a while since you saw this, Bob.
Well, when I was coaching over here, Tim, we used to have some nice crowds, but I've never seen it to the point that they're going to have to shut the door and not let anybody else in. This is just an enthusiastic crowd. Both of these teams are doing great. Bethel's number 2. Of course, Kecoughtan undefeated in district play is number 1. But we have the makings of a real good game, but we have two different kinds of teams. We have one that has got a strong inside game in Kecoughtan with Faisal Abraham and Vershawn Ely, and then you look at the Bethel Bruins, got 2 premier guards. In fact, Brew Williams said maybe the 2 best guards in the state, and they're just sophomores in Tony Rutland and Allen Iverson. We're going to see a tremendous matchup here, Tim.
25 points a game for sophomore Iverson, 19 points a game for sophomore Rutland. And they are phenoms here at Bethel High School. It's great to have this kind of crowd as we would wish that we'd have for all games. But when you have number 1 Kecoughtan at 14-1, 12-0 in the Peninsula District, ranked number 4 in the state, they've got an 8-game win streak for Revis Conrad's team. And the Bethel Bruins on the other side have 11-4 overall, 10-2 in the district, and they're on a 5-game win streak. So somebody's going to taste defeat tonight.
Yeah, they really will. And I tell you, you got to give just a little bit of an edge to the Warriors. They have played tough away from home. They've got probably the tougher team. They probably got more people that can score, but don't count out the...
Right now, our national anthem.
Just to finish that thought, Tim, you get the ball inside to your big men, they'll score 2, but the 2 guards for Bethel can come down and score 3 because they are phenomenal shooters. Rutland is probably the best pure shooter I have seen in a long, long time, but Mr. Allen Iverson can do so many more things besides score. They're going to have to jump on him right away, and I'm talking about the Warriors are playing man-to-man, trying to keep the ball out of the way. No one person can hold Allen Iverson down. They're going to have to double him and put new fresh men on him all the time.
All right, let's watch as we introduce the players. There you see Macy Brooks. Before him, Morocco Brown was introduced. Tony Jordan, number 24, averaging 14.7 points per game. There you see a good look at young Tony. Number 40, Faisal Abraham, 14.4 per game. And the big man, if you don't call Abraham big, Vershawn Ely at 13.8. There you see your starting 5 for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Head coach Revis Conrad and his team riding an 8-game win streak. And for now, Michael Bailey's Bethel Bruins.
Well, now Michael's making a change right off. He is starting big Chris Gaskell, and that's not who I thought he was going to start.
Second man out is number 23, Brian Bean. Bean coming in and averaging 8.2 points per game. Allen Iverson, the sophomore sensation, 25 points a game, and he's not a bad football player either.
No, and they call him Bubba Chuck.
Bubba Chuck. Number 4, Tony Rutland, 19 plus per game. And the 5th starter will be Rodney Bell. He averages almost 11 points a game for this high-scoring Bethel High School Bruins. Head coach Mike Bailey.
I was told that Tim Johnson, 33, was going to start, but evidently he has decided to go with Chris Gaskell. Chris Gaskell's a wide body and hopefully can put a little more pressure on the two big men for the Warriors. As we have our officials, Tim, we want to talk about our officials tonight. They're going to have a tough job. This will be an up-tempo game. Bob Cockrell is the referee. The umpire, Brian Kersey.
That's Jess Kersey's son, by the way.
Okay, well,
there they are.
He's got some good genes, doesn't he, when it comes to refereeing. Nice shot.
Freeze frame. Whoa.
Oh, I tell you.
All right, we're set to get this one underway. Put your seatbelt on and get set for what should be a very interesting ball game.
Well, I can't sit down.
Abraham jumps against Iverson, and the ball is controlled by the Warriors.
And the Bruins are going to come out and play a zone, Tim.
8-minute quarters in high school basketball, no shot clock. We'll get to any other differences.
Let me tell you what the Bruins are doing. They've got a triangle in two. A triangle in two. They're playing man-to-man on Ely and Abraham, and the zone on the other three.
Jordan's shot is short. Iverson with the rebound for the Bruins. Iverson with 29 points out in his last outing, averaging 25 even to lead the Peninsula District. This is Rutland, fakes the three, pulls up from 13, in and out, got his own rebound, stick it back up, and no good.
Nice left hand by Rutland, but the ball wouldn't go. The adrenaline is really flowing, Tim.
Ely with the rebound for Kecoughtan. Played about a minute, neither team on the scoreboard. Pass inside is stolen by Iverson. 2-on-2, right side feed, put it up and in.
Nice pass by Allen Iverson. Threaded a needle that time. The Warriors have to get back on this fast Bruin team.
Tony Rutland with the first points of tonight's game. Jordan spots Morocco Brown. He'll spot from three, got it.
And Morocco is a streak shooter. He gets hot, he can hurt you, and that's what they're going to have to do against this triangle and two that the Bruins have come out with.
Deep in the corner, Rutland for three, it's short. Ball tipped out and retrieved by Iverson. Iverson will take his own three-point attempt, no good. Off the rim badly, and it should belong to Kecoughtan. So the Bruins a little bit tight on their shots.
The adrenaline is flowing, Tim, and when the adrenaline flows, you shoot just a little harder than you normally do.
3-2, Kecoughtan. Played a little more than 2 minutes. Jordan penetrates, put it up, and no basket. Travel before the shot.
He took a little skip step in there. Bob Cockrell caught it. Bob used to coach at the apprentice school. He knows basketball.
So the basket is not allowed. Rutland for three, hit it.
Oh! Don't let him open.
Just like that, the Bruins regain the lead, 5-3.
Ely checks out, and young Mr. Denton comes in for the Warriors. David Denton. What's he got on? Has he got 52 tonight?
52, I think so.
Because he had 32 on one night.
Revis Conrad, the Kecoughtan coach, has got Ely over on the sidelines explaining to him how to play against this particular defense. I'm sure they've discussed it before, but he wants to go over it again. Brown, an air ball from three, and it belongs to the Bruins. Of course, the Bruin fans don't miss that opportunity to yell out air ball. Iverson picked up by Jordan. And bounced out of bounds off of Chris Taylor's leg.
Well, right now the Warriors are in a looks like
Brooks.
Excuse me, are in a 1-2-2 zone, Tim, which is very surprising against this hot shooting Bruin team. You think that they would play him a little more tight to the vest, but Coach Conrad knows what he's doing.
Rutland took steps before the quick move to the bucket. Boy, you can see how quick he is, though.
He is fast. Allen is fast.
There you see Revis Conrad applauding the efforts of David Denton over to the sideline, and back in the game is Ely after that quick instruction, basketball 101 on the sidelines there. Morocco Brown wants to bring it into the big man. Ely spins, shoots, no good. Iverson skies for the board.
Did you see that one-handed rebound?
Pass is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Kecoughtan.
There is talk around that Allen could be playing on some college teams now. He's got the tools to do it.
Baseline jumper. Iverson again doesn't draw iron. So he's playing well, but for the shot, his shooting has been off the mark so far. Big game like this, you know he's a little tight. Inside, the feed goes for the big man, Abraham, and it's controlled on the baseline by Rutland. Quickly down the court, Iverson is hammered inside. He'll get 2 shots.
Well, he was going for the dunk, and the only way you were going to stop him was to foul him, and he knew he'd either get 2 or get 2 from the foul line. Nice move. Strong drive by Allen.
Macy Brooks called for the personal. 2 shots coming for the sophomore Iverson. He got the first. And he gets the roll on the second one. So his first points of the ball game give the Bruins a 4-point bulge at 7-3 with 4:23 remaining in the first period. Tony Jordan to Morocco Brown. Inside it goes for Abraham. Abraham's short with his shot. Got his own rebound. The ball is loose. And they'll have a jump ball. The possession arrow will give the ball to the Bruins.
I tell you, Chris Gaskell is just putting a big body right on for Sean Ely and really making him work hard.
Knocked out of bounds by Kecoughtan. This is Rodney Bell with the ball for Bethel. Brian Bean, Rutland. Rutland drives, double team, shot is partially blocked.
He forced that shot, Tim.
Morocco Brown, baseline jumper, no good. And Iverson again with those long arms.
Well, and he leaves his feet quicker than the other players, Tim. And that's 3. And then we got a quick shuffle of the feet called by Brian Kersey. Allen was leaping and getting off the floor before anybody else. That's why he's out rebounding the taller players.
So another turnover. The Bruins and the Warriors not playing like the top 2 teams in the Peninsula District because of the intensity of this ball game.
Well, when you have the intensity that's going on and you got good matched up with good, you're going to not play as smooth as you normally do.
Ball belongs to Kecoughtan in the corner. No shot clock in high school ball. You do not have to shoot within a prescribed amount of time. Rutland tried for the steal. Ely gets it. Puts up the jumper, no good. The tip by Abraham, no good. And they say it was last touched by Bethel out of bounds.
McIntosh, number 20 for the Warriors, is in the lineup for Morocco Brown right now.
This is Tony Jordan. Jordan feeding Abraham off the glass and in.
He gets the ball down there, Tim. He's almost impossible to stop.
This could be the matchup in the Peninsula District Finals. Long ways to go before that happens, but it could be. Jordan with a good bucket.
A quick 4 points ties the game up.
Tony Jordan with his first points. Bruins have got a lid on their bucket right now. Follow, and it doesn't go. Iverson following with the one-handed jam attempt, but the ball wouldn't go down. And now Iverson steals. And he is fouled on the way to the hoop.
Oh, there
Jordan.
was quickness of bounds.
Oh, he's fun to watch. He is fun to watch. If you have not gotten out to see a Bethel Bruin team play this year, or for that matter, Kecoughtan, we urge you to get out and watch it. There you see Michael Bailey. He is not sure he likes exactly what he's seeing. His team has not gotten untracked yet in the form of Rutland or Iverson in their scoring attempts. I say Rutland hasn't. He's got 5 points. But both teams have missed pretty badly. Here's your play. You watch Iverson steal the ball. He goes in, and he was just not going to get an easy basket. Tony Jordan almost yanked his arm out of the socket, but he did pick up the 2.
Yes, he did.
Iverson perfect from the free throw line. Jordan for 3. And Rutland with the board. Saw Bell on the left side, but couldn't get it to him. Bell penetrates, pulls up, and shoots. No good. And the big man, Ely, has the rebound. Rashawn Ely, 6'9" senior, a transfer for the Warriors. Another three-point attempt. This one is good.
And that's
Larry McIntosh.
And that's exactly why he's in there. He can shoot.
Iverson is finally open, shoots short. And Abraham out quickly. 3-on-1 for the Warriors. The follow-up jam doesn't go. Blocked underneath. And the defense is superb. Iverson in traffic, goes down hard. An offensive foul.
The action is hot and heavy, Tim.
1:24 remaining. Kecoughtan with a 1-point lead. Iverson called for the offensive foul. There you see young Allen. Kecoughtan with the lead and the ball. Chris Taylor dishing back out to Jordan. Taylor on the return pass, forced the shot up, it didn't go. And it's lost out of bounds, last touched by Kecoughtan.
Kecoughtan gets a little more patient in their ball movement. They're going to get some nice, easy 10 to 12-foot jump shots that'll be open.
Rutland inside, shot again. The height of these Kecoughtan defenders is causing the Bruins to change their shots. Jordan at the other end misses. Bean with the rebound, Rutland with the ball. Again, the Bruins can't find that bucket.
And there's nice hustle by Allen Iverson, but the ball was just thrown away. No, yes, I guess he did. He hit the end line before he got rid of the ball.
So the play ragged a bit.
But not lacking in excitement.
No, that's for sure. Michael Bailey looking on and saying, what have I got to do to get these guys hitting those baskets? We'll have first quarter statistics for you at the end of this first period, 19 seconds from now. And I believe without having any in front of me, you'll see both teams hitting very, very bad percentages. 10 seconds. Jordan.
And Jordan will take that last shot if you don't put somebody on him.
He's open for 3. He hit it at the buzzer. You can't diagram it any better than that. So Jordan makes it a 4-point difference. If I may get Gary to show me the team statistics, 30% for Kecoughtan, 5 of 17. Only 13% for Bethel, just 2 out of 15 in the first period, and 1 out of 4 in the 3-point range. They were 4 out of 4 from the free throw. Yep, there you saw it. 3 out of 6 from 3-point land for Kecoughtan.
And they're not noted for the 3-point shooters as well as the Bruins are, but the Bruins are going to settle down and get hot. They're on their home floor, so you look for them to heat it up a little bit.
Rebound leaders for the teams. Iverson with 5 boards. Rutland leads the Warriors, or excuse me, the Bruins with 5 points, as does Jordan for Kecoughtan. Thank you, Gary, for those superb and very quick statistics from his little computer here to my left. Speaking of statistics, I want to make sure I mention Mike Keach. And
well, I see you slipped a bill in your pocket.
He doesn't have to do that. I appreciate all the help I get from the fine friends down at the Daily Press, giving me statistics for this game, as they do all year long in any of the sports that we cover. We appreciate the Daily Press's continuing cooperation. Greatly appreciate it.
And we want to thank Coach Kaz and his staff and AD over here at Bethel High School for all their help, Tim, with our crew setting up and everything. And we get a chance, I want to talk about the player of the game.
13-9. 7:35 left here in the first half. Iverson spots a teammate underneath. That is Bell, and he can't get the shot away. That big, tall front line for Kecoughtan is keeping the Bruins off balance. And Morocco Brown connects for two.
That was a nice shot, because if he hadn't stopped, he would have got, whoa!
Allen Iverson finally finds the basket with a three-pointer. He has 7. Corner shot, Morocco Brown found nothing but air. Iverson again hit it, 2 in a row.
That quick, we have a tie score. Nothing will cut in the lead any quicker. I see Revis Conrad over there. He's calling play number 1. The Bruins are now in a 1-3-1 zone. They're no longer in that triangle and 2.
Iverson went from 4 points to 10 points with 2 little shots. Shot is short. And this is Rutland. He spots a teammate open and got it.
Tim Johnson, who is in for Chris Gaskell, was wide open. Nice pass by Tony Rutland.
So Tim Johnson on the basket, Rutland on the assist, and with 8 straight points, the Bruins regain the lead. Inside, Ely. Vershawn Ely has it slapped at, and a foul is called.
The foul is on number 4, Tony Rutland.
That'll be the first on Rutland. There you see a good look at Vershawn Ely. And he calmly hands the free throw.
The other night I said that he was going to Tulane. That was in Atlantic 10, where I was wrong. Tulane's in the Metro Conference, but he has already signed to go to Tulane.
And Ely calmly hits both free throws to tie this game at 17. Little more than 6 minutes to go. Iverson this time doesn't get the bucket. Abraham spins out for Tony Jordan. There you see Revis Conrad looking on and giving instructions to his team.
This Bethel team has got such quickness, Tim. You can't be sloppy with your passes.
Jordan will put it up short, but Morocco Brown follows. Nice bucket by Morocco Brown with the good hands underneath. Kecoughtan by 2. Rutland dishes off, and the return pass doesn't get to him, but it is recovered finally by Brian Bean. And Rutland for 3.
I mean, he doesn't need but just a small opening. Either Tony or Allen.
8 points for Rutland and a 1-point Bethel lead. Morocco Brown will fire for 3, and it's no good. Chased down in the corner by Rutland, saved it to his own teammate for a moment. It looked like it might go to Kecoughtan. This is Iverson, and Iverson's pass just too hot to handle underneath. Rodney Bell could not hold it, and I wouldn't be surprised not. That ball was a rocket.
But it was a good pass in the sense that Mr. Bell was open, and I didn't know whether Allen could see him or not. This place would have gone wild if that would have been a good pass and a basket.
Turnaround jumper from Abraham does not go. Good position underneath for Iverson. Iverson is fouled as he is headed to the bucket. That will not be a shooting foul.
That's 22, Morocco Brown. The foul was called on, non-shooting foul, as you said.
Neither team is over the limit. That is the 4th team foul. And the bucket scored by Brian Bean. Well, I tell you, you look away for a second and you're going to miss the basket.
Well, and I'm sure Revis Conrad's mad. You don't let him get an easy bucket on an inbound play, but that's exactly what the Bruins did.
Kecoughtan now finds themselves down by 3. Morocco Brown pulls up, takes the 2-pointer, and the rebound underneath from Tim Johnson. Rutland will mark up for 3, in and out. And Vershawn Ely taps it over to Tony Jordan. Macy Brooks to Abraham, spinning shot doesn't go, but his follow does, and he is fouled.
And I don't know that he did move his feet and travel on his first move, but it was not detected. Nonetheless, he's got a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Tim Johnson called for the personal foul.
Taylor and McIntosh come in, replace Ely and Brown on the Warrior lineup.
Abraham will have one shot coming. Good look at Faisal Abraham as he connects. Abraham now with 5 points, and we're tied again at 22. Iverson penetrates, can't get it to fall. The big man, Abraham, has his pocket picked.
And that was caused by Allen Iverson. And Iverson is limping a little bit. I don't know if he might have twisted an ankle or something. We'll see how he goes.
Bell blocked nicely. Follow-up shot. Johnson. Yes, it goes.
Oh, when the ball is rolling for you. The foul is on number 20, which I believe that's McIntosh.
Basket does count. McIntosh called for the personal foul. Watch the replay here. Nice lead pass to Bell. He's in heavy traffic right here.
A nice block there, but a nice follow-up by Tim Johnson.
Watch the ball. It goes almost out and goes back in. Back to the live action. Missing the free throw was Johnson. And it's a 4-point lead for Bethel. 26-22. Baseline jumper from Abraham doesn't fall. Iverson one-on-one, and he palmed the ball. Good call by the official. Came across the lane, and it looked like he was going to pass it, and then kind of pulled it back, and when he did, he palmed the ball.
And that's a tough call to call, Tim, because if your hand is on top of the ball, it's not palming. It's only when it gets under the ball.
Too hot to handle underneath from Abraham.
Tim, we are going to pick a player of the game, and I don't know if we're going to get a chance to talk about it, but we will be giving a plaque donated by DC Engraving to the player of the game from each one of these teams. Dave Buckwalter, Bethel High School graduate, owner of DC Engraving at Tab Square and Route 17. And Dave Chubb at the Sports Place will be giving a t-shirt to the player of the game.
Stolen by the Warriors, and Tony Jordan jams it home. Bethel by 2. Kecoughtan faithful like that one. Iverson off balance, doesn't get it to fall, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bethel.
Allen may be trying to do a little too much. He thought he was fouled that time. That's not a high percentage shot. He was not only fading, but he was going to the side. That was a tough shot to get. Chris Gaskell comes back in for Tim Johnson. Tim's played a great game. Did not play the first half the season, Tim. He was going on a lot of football visits.
Tim Cole and Bob Hintz coming to you from Bethel High School. Inside feed. Nice work by Ely. Had some trouble with the pass, but got it under control and stuck it in. This game videotaped on the 31st of January of 1992. And a 5-second violation against young Allen Iverson. Boy, that was a quick 5 seconds.
You took the words out of my mouth, Tim.
The number 1 Peninsula District team, the Kecoughtan Warriors, 12-0 in the district, 14-1 overall. Ranked number 4 in the state. Bethel trying to prove something of their own out here. We're tied 26 all. Inside, Chris Taylor doesn't go, but Ely follows, and it does. 6 points for Vershawn Ely. Jordan and Rutland battle for the ball on the sideline. It goes out of bounds. It will belong to Bethel High School. Abraham comes back in, replacing Chris Taylor. Gaskell to Rutland. Rutland off the dribble, and he is fouled.
And that's on McIntosh, again, number 20 for the Warriors. Nice move by Tony.
That's 2 on McIntosh. That is the 6th team foul. So after this foul, the Bruins will shoot at least a 1-and-1. 2 shots coming for Tony Rutland, averaging more than 19 points a game, just a sophomore. And that's his first trip to the free throw line.
Number 12, Aaron Watson, comes in for McIntosh.
There you saw the replay of the attempted basket and foul. Rutland misses the second attempt. And it's a 1-point lead for Bethel. Jumper from the corner, air ball, and I believe Abraham went over the back. Yes, he did. So Faisal Abraham will be called for his first personal, and that will be the 7th team foul, and it's bonus time.
And that puts Chris Gaskell on the line.
.147 remaining in the first half. It's been a good game. We hope you're enjoying it here on Channel 5 as we bring you the 3rd game of our regular season coverage. The rebound off the missed shot. Rutland for 3, no good. So Gaskell doesn't get it, and Rutland's shot is off. Bethel's shooting percentages have been really poor in the first half, and yet they only trail by a point. Rutland attempted at the steal. Jordan drives the lane, puts up a one-handed shovel shot, and Iverson with another rebound. Allen Iverson with great quickness penetrates, put it up, no good. And it's retrieved underneath by Brian Bean. Rutland. Iverson, baseline
nice
jumper, hit it.
Good release by Tony. I'm sorry, by Allen that time. Bubba Chuck.
12 points for Iverson. Bethel regains the lead by a point. Macy Brooks can't get it to drop. Bruins want to push it up. Iverson for 3 off the heel of the rim. Got his own rebound. Penetrates, gets his man off his feet. He's fouled, and a basket should count.
Foul is on number 12, Aaron Watson. Basket does count. Allen will, he is so quick, Tim. He shot the 3, and he was there before anybody else was ready to rebound.
Got his own rebound and penetrated, got fouled, got the basket, missed the free throw. That's his first miss from the free throw line. He is 4 of 5. And the Bruins now with a 3-point lead with 25 seconds remaining. Jordan, who has hit from the 3-point line, misses this one. And the follow is good by Abraham.
If he gets the ball underneath that close, Tim, there's nobody from the Bruins that can stop him. What you got to do is keep him off the board, not let him get that shot as Iverson is heating it up.
And off the rim, it does not go. And we've played 1/2.
Tim, they outscored the Kecoughtan Warriors by 7 because they trailed by 4 at the end of the first half.
You're absolutely correct. Down by 4 after 1. The Bruins come back. They scored 24 points in the second period, in spite of the fact that they still hit relatively poor percentages. And we'll return after this brief break with the 3rd period of action from Bethel High School. There you see some of the action from the first half as we have had the action, and one of the younger fans in attendance here watching as the homestanding Bethel Bruins trying to defeat the first place Kecoughtan Warriors. Bob, I understand you've got a special guest to have a quick word with here.
I sure do. Jason Wallace, graduate of Bethel High School and a graduate of University of Virginia, had a fine career up there at the University of Virginia. Tell me a little bit about the football league, the World Football League, Jason.
Okay, they have a draft coming up Tuesday, February 4th and 5th. That's what I'm waiting for to find out where I'm going. Right now it looks pretty good. I've already signed a contract. With them, you're property of the league as opposed to being property of a specific team as in the NFL. So I'm already under contract. I'm just waiting to find out where I'm going, and that comes up Tuesday.
Well, so that means that you will have to be in shape or be getting in shape, and you can't get out of shape.
That's right. I've been working out ever since I came home from the Indianapolis coast. And it hasn't been too hard. It's been fun, actually, because I've been able to work out with some of the guys here on the football team at Bethel and on the basketball team as well.
Well, that's great. Jason, tell me a little bit about the World Football League and how it's run and when the season starts. Some of the fans may not know.
Okay, it's like a subsidiary of the NFL itself. It's being funded by the NFL, so it's turning into sort of like a farm system for some of the athletes who didn't get as good of a chance as they would have liked during training camp and preseason practice. It starts, the first game's on until March 10th, I believe, and it runs on through the end of May then the playoffs are in June, and then you have the option to go and sign with an NFL team right after that.
Well, fantastic. Well, listen, we appreciate you stopping by. Good luck to you, and we'll be watching for you. Good enough.
All right, and this one down, if I may, real quickly, and our congratulations to Jason Wallace as well. 2-point field goal percentages, 32%, 35% for the Bruins. There you see the three-point attempts. Actually, Bethel shooting better from three-point range. Free throws, 100% as a team for Kecoughtan, 56 for the Bruins. Total rebounds, even for both teams, which is surprising when you think about the height advantage that Kecoughtan has. Offensive rebounds, 8 apiece. And Iverson led his team with 14 points at halftime. Abraham, Brown, and Jordan each with 7 for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
And right in front of us, Rodney Bill will put the ball in play for the homestanding Bruins.
For the half, the Bruins shot 35% as a team, while Kecoughtan shot 32%. And a lot of that contributed to tightness and a stiff defense from each team as well. Bruins have the ball. This is Allen Iverson with the ball, giving to Rodney Bell. And a nice steal.
Well, I don't know if that was a steal. He definitely bumped Tony, and it could have been a foul called. No call was made. Tony is talking to Brian Kersey saying, hey, man made contact.
It was Macy Brooks who scored. Iverson misses, and Vershawn Ely with the rebound.
The Bruins are definitely a much bigger team physically than the Warriors are a much physical team than the Bruins. But the Bruins definitely have the quickness out there today.
Kecoughtan down by a point. Vershawn Ely, turnaround jumper, got the roll. Ely with 6 points at halftime, has 8 now. And the Bruins find themselves trailing. 4 straight points by Kecoughtan. Tony Rutland in the lane, can't get it to drop. Ely looking down court. Traveling should be the call, it is.
And that was caused by the defense of Rodney Bell, Tim. Great job. The Bruins are being picked up full court. They're being trapped by the Warriors, but Allen Iverson doesn't seem to notice.
Iverson will shoot and hit.
Tim, the reason that young Iverson and Rutland are such good scorers is that you'll notice that they get their shoulders square to the basket before they shoot.
Morocco Brown giving to Ely. Back to Brown for a three, and he hit it. Morocco Brown has 2 3-pointers.
Nice job by
Brian Bean has 6 points. In for Abraham, dishing out to Morocco Brown. Over to Jordan. Macy Brooks can't get it to fall, and Abraham does get it to fall.
What the Bruins need to do is when that ball comes down, they need to go for it. They can't go up with it.
Iverson falling down makes the shot. Tie at 39. I saw the 9, I got excited. Ely, no good. Bell with the board. Rodney Bell with the right hand, got it.
Nobody picked him up. They expected him to dish it off. Nice job by Rodney to recognize how the defense was playing.
Rodney Bell shut out in the first period. He averages more than 10 points, almost 11 points a game. This is Bell on the steal. Rutland was down there, but he couldn't get it to him. Bell didn't get it. Rebound, Tim Johnson, and he is fouled.
And the foul looks like it's going to be on number 40. Faisal Abraham. No. It looked like he put up 2 fingers and then they couldn't get the other one.
Yeah, that's what it was. Abraham called for the second personal.
Okay. Maybe you're saying 2 shots.
Tim Johnson at the free throw line. Missed his only other time there. And he misses this one. Here's your replay. You see, Bell could have possibly tried to get it to Rutland, but didn't want to force it. And Johnson hits while we're away. Back to the live action. Johnson gets 1 out of 2. And the Bruins on top now by 3. 4:25. This has been a very quickly played basketball game. Hope you're enjoying it at home. Abraham feels the pressure, puts it up, and draws the foul.
And he knew he was going to get fouled. He put it up, tried to get the easy basket.
Foul is charged to Brian Bean, number 23. That'll be his first.
Good shot of Revis Conrad in the picture just a second ago.
Abraham will get 2 shots.
There you see the replay of the last foul.
Abraham 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and it's a 1-point Bethel lead. Iverson loses it as he penetrates, but he lost it because he was fouled.
Number 50, that's for Sean Ely, as he called the foul on.
The first on Ely. You know, a credit to these young men, in spite of the fact that they are playing so aggressively. Ely or Abraham, neither one have been in any foul trouble at all, and no one on the Bruins side has more than 1 foul either.
Chris Taylor and McIntosh replace Macy Brooks and Morocco Brown.
Tim Johnson gives to Iverson. Pick from Johnson doesn't work. Inside feed for Johnson.
What
Got
a
it.
pass by Iverson, Tim. Did you see that? Woo!
That was quite a pinpoint pass.
It was that. That makes you feel good as a coach, because that's the hardest thing to teach people, is to be unselfish with the ball.
Jordan misses. Back comes Iverson. Nice bounce pass. Johnson. No. And it's stolen. Iverson on the steal. He'll pull up and shoot on Ely. No good. And he'll steal it again. Iverson putting on a show, and a foul before the shot.
The man never, you know what makes him so good, Tim? is if a shot doesn't go in, he doesn't put his head down, and he goes and gets the ball back. He's a constant motion out there, and that's what makes him excited. People here loving him.
If memory serves me, he led the Peninsula District in interceptions in the football season.
Yes, he did.
Had a 13 or something like that, and we've got a traveling call inside on Bell. But his anticipation is so incredible.
And that's like being a coach on the field. He can almost sense what's going to happen next.
Kecoughtan down by 3. 3:15 remaining in the third. You're watching Kecoughtan and Bethel. This game taped on the 31st of January. Batted around, finally controlled by the Bruins. Bruins got a 2-on-1. Rutland will pull up, miss it, tip no good. And back come the Warriors quickly. Jordan penetrates, and he is fouled on the play.
And they call a blocking foul on Tim Johnson underneath the basket.
That's the second on Johnson. Action is fast and furious, I'll tell you. If you haven't been out to see a high school game in the Peninsula District in a while, you should make the effort to do so. You will be highly entertained. It's definitely worth the price of admission.
Oh, I tell you, you'll go home talking to yourself. These young men are such fine athletes.
They truly are. Tony Jordan at the free throw line. He hits the first.
The foul shots are really keeping the Warriors in. They have not missed many.
Haven't missed any.
Oh, they haven't missed any, okay.
Yep. 6 for 6. That's what makes a good team. You have to do all of the things that make a team click, and Jordan clicks on both. 1 point Bethel lead, and a foul in the backcourt. Revis Conrad says, come on, he didn't touch him. Larry McIntosh whistled down for his third. Third personal team foul. Total is the fourth. Michael Bailey, Bethel High School coach. Got some great future ahead for these young men. Iverson's three-pointer is short. Tim Johnson with a good attempt at the rebound. Couldn't hold on to it.
Well, Ely was looking at the ball, didn't look to block out anybody. Tim had a good shot at it, just mishandled it, knocked it out of bounds.
Baseline jumper is loose. Iverson, 3-on-1, right side feed for Rutland. Rutland pulls up, banks it up, got his own rebound, and he was fouled.
And by number 34, Chris Taylor got him on the arm, put Tony on the line for 2.
So the team foul starting to mount up against the Warriors. That will be the 5th team foul.
Warrior substitution.
Ely sits down, and McIntosh sits down for the Warriors. Macy Brooks is back in, and Rocco Brown is back in.
Rutland had 9 points at halftime, has not scored here in the third period. He does now. Two out of 3.
He's kind of forcing the shot on the inside, Tim. Outside, he's got such a smooth delivery, but he is really going into some big timber underneath that basket, and he seems to be forcing the shot a little bit.
Tony Jordan will shoot and hit. Three-point attempt, air ball from Rutland. And at the other end, fast breaking beautifully, Chris Taylor, and stealing it is Jordan.
That was not a real good pass by Iverson. That's 6 quick points by the Warriors.
2 baskets by Jordan.
Bailey's going to call a quick timeout, Tim.
Iverson does not see his coach, puts it up and gets the foul. Bailey wanted a timeout but couldn't get the attention of Iverson. Personal foul is charged to number 32, Macy Brooks. That'll be his second.
Last foul on Macy Brooks.
And that should be the 6th team foul. So after this trip, and this is a shooting foul as it is, the Bruins will have the 1-and-1 for the rest of the ball game. That could be a big factor. Here's your replay as you watch Iverson get Macy Brooks off of his feet and then drew the foul.
There's a good shot of a young Bubachuk.
Bubachuk. Allen Iverson hits 1 of 2. He's got 5 here in the second half, 19 unofficially for the game, averaging 25. Jordan, who's hot this time, can't draw iron. And now trailing by 2, the Bruins push it up. Nice feed, right side, Bell in and out. Tipped almost in by one of the Warriors, and a foul is called. This will be against Tim Johnson. And that'll be 3 on young Mr. Johnson. That'll be just the 3rd team foul. So the Bruins can give up 3 fouls before Kecoughtan will be in a bonus situation. Kecoughtan on the other side can afford no fouls because the Bruins are shooting at least the 1-and-1. 1:06 remaining in the 3rd. Tony Jordan from 16 is short. Brooks with the rebound, put it up, no good, tip no good, tip no good, and Iverson finally with the board. This game as close as it can be. Bruins looking to tie. Bell hits it. Rodney Bell has 4 points in the second half, and we're knotted up at 49.
Is Allen exciting to watch with the ball tip? I'm spellbound over here.
Well, the action speaks for itself. We could probably shut up, and few of our viewers wouldn't mind, I guess.
But they're going to wait for the last shot. The Warriors, you can see that Tony Jordan is going to hold the ball until it gets down to about 15 seconds. Then they're going to run their offense. They've been running the shuffle cut. And let's see if Tony tries to take a 3-pointer.
A 3-point attempt. The tip is good by Taylor. Chris Taylor with a superb follow tip. And Kecoughtan, after trailing at halftime, regains the lead at the end of 3.
Well, Tim, while we got the break between the quarters, let me talk about the player of the game real quick. We're going to give a plaque to one of the players of the game from each one of the teams, donated by DC Engraving. Dave Buckwalter, the proprietor out at DC Engraving, located at Times Square on Route 17. And this is a sample of metal photo, and it's just a tremendous looking plaque that these young men will get. Also, we'll be giving a t-shirt to the player game donated by the Sports Place located in Hampton Woods Plaza, owned by Dave Chubb. And this will have a player of the game on it, and we will also give that in recognition of our pick, unscientific though it may be, of a player of the game from each one of these 2 teams.
Statistically, here in the 3rd quarter, Kecoughtan much better from the field than they had been. They had only shot 31%, 32 actually if you round it up in the first half, but in the 3rd quarter, 8 of 16 from the field, 50%, while Bethel cooled a bit to 35.3, 6 out of 17. So Kecoughtan definitely finding the range better in the 3rd period. So after trailing by 3 at halftime, the Kecoughtan Warriors now leading by 2. Morocco Brown misses the 3, and the ball is chased down for the Bruins by Brian Bean. Feed underneath, Tim Johnson, 33, is crashed to the floor, and he'll get 2 shots.
Nice pass again by Bubachuk, right on the money. The only way they were going to stop Tim that time was to foul him, which is not a bad job. And the Kecoughtan Warriors are already in the bonus. Tim is not the best foul shooter on the team, so you put him on the line.
And Johnson now just 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
Watch the pass. Nice low bounce pass by Bubachuk.
So Johnson misses both.
If anything is hurting the Bruins right now, Tim, it's got to be their free throw shooting.
Inside looping pass, back outside for Ely. Ely puts it in.
Looked like he took a little extra step there, but was not detected.
Bell trapped in the corner, double teamed. And the ball is finally controlled by the Warriors. Tony Jordan pushes it up. Morocco Brown can't hold on to it. Back comes Rutland, 3-on-1, 4-on-1, behind the back. Iverson got it.
Nice pass by Tony Rutland, very unselfish. He could have taken it in himself.
Iverson yelling for a foul, but none coming. Probably a good no call or a no good call, whichever.
Whatever.
Either way, right? A good no call or a no good call, whichever one you want. Kecoughtan with the ball and a 2-point lead. Kind of games you've got to enjoy. If you don't like this, you don't like basketball. As Morocco Brown goes to the hoop and draws the foul, he'll get 2 shots.
And this has got to be a tough situation for the Bruins. I think they're going to have to get a little more aggressive, Tim, try to make the Warriors play a little more upbeat on their offense. It would be in the Bruins' favor if they did. This Kecoughtan group are a great foul shooting group.
They have yet to miss as a team. 8 for 8. And the jinx is there, but Ely follows with the 2. A big follow-up basket for Ely gives the Warriors a 4-point lead. Iverson in heavy traffic, got it.
Well, he was being guarded by 3 people, and he still got the basket. Smart move by using the basket itself as a defender. Nobody could block the shot.
Baseline feed for Abraham. Kick it back out. Inside again for Abraham. Double team, put it in. Faisal Abraham.
People in his face, still put it in.
13 points unofficially for Abraham. Rutland for 2, no good. No Bruins underneath for the rebound. Morocco Brown now is hounded in the backcourt. He gets it to Vershawn Ely. Ely, the big man, dribbles up and hands off to the quarterback, Tony Jordan.
Well, the 5-point lead by the Warriors is one of the biggest of the game, and they're going to bring the ball out and slow it down, trying to bring the Bruins out of their zone. Sometimes that backfires. It takes your own.
Chris Taylor will be called for the personal foul. That's his 4th. He's the only player for either team with 4. One and one is in effect for the duration, as I mentioned. There you see 32 Macy Brooks coming in for Kecoughtan. He will replace Taylor with 4 personals. Iverson now make that 7 out of 9 for Iverson from the free throw line. And he is the game's leading scorer now. He had 14 at halftime and has added 11, has 25 on the night. And Morocco Brown.
Nice feed from Vershawn Ely.
Iverson penetrates, dishes off, put it up. A foul is called. This one will go against the big man, Ely. That'll be his 2nd. There you see Vershawn. Brian Bean hits the first. He'll get the bonus. And that's what the Bruins have to do, is get those free throws to fall.
And when you're within 3 points, Tim, you're within 1 basket.
Stolen by Iverson. He was fouled, but nothing called. He'll put it up. No good. Got his own rebound. Put it back in.
You cannot relax around Tony Iverson. He plays at 110% constantly. Always thinking, how can I get the ball?
You called him Tony, but that's all right.
he fouled Tony Jordan. I meant Bubachuk.
Foul on Johnson, I believe. That's the call on Tim Johnson. That'll be his fourth. So Johnson will come out, and in his place will be Chris Gaskell. Gaskell started the ball game, and Johnson has played a lot of time. 1 point difference in the ball game.
And this is a non-shooting foul, Tim.
Right, non-shooting and player control foul. That is just, I believe, the 6th team foul, or 5th at least. 1 point Kecoughtan lead. It's been close throughout. Tony Jordan too short, and a foul. I believe that is going to be on Mr. Ely.
Over the back.
That'll be his third. So with 3:55 remaining, Ely has to be a little cautious now.
Now, if Chris Gaskell can hit the first one, he can tie it up. You don't get a second shot unless you get the first one.
These free throws so crucial down the stretch. Good look at young Chris Gaskell, and he cans the first.
And that's the best stroke that I have seen Chris shoot at the foul line. Good rotation on the ball. Good release.
Tied at 60.
He got another one. Got them both. Big free throws.
Jordan releases inside for Ely, and Ely is fouled on the reach-in. Foul is called against Allen Iverson. That'll be 3 on Iverson. So a couple of players now are getting into that gray area, if not in fact serious foul condition. 4 on Johnson, 3 on Iverson for the Bruins. Chris Taylor has 4. And Rashawn Ely has 3 for his team. Larry McIntosh also with 3. Well, we hope you're enjoying this ball game. We'd like to hear from you if you have any comments about our coverage. Anything that you'd like to say, good or bad, please contact us at WHCS Channel 5, 1819 Nickerson Boulevard in Hampton. At the school board, just to direct those comments to Dr. Sam Stills in his office at Channel 5.
And if you need to talk to somebody, just dial 850-5366 and you'll get Scotty or Bev or one of the crew down there at Channel 5.
We would like to hear from you if you have some comments. This is the kind of game we look for all year long. The nip and tuck game, the superb efforts by both of these teams. You and I talked about it off camera at halftime. You just hate to see anyone lose this game.
You really do. As you can see, here's the Rashawn Ely going in and a foul by Allen reaching in.
Bethel with a 1 point lead. Kecoughtan inbounds to Abraham. Gaskell all over him.
And the Bruins are in the zone from the out of bounds.
Rashawn Ely way underneath the basket, but he draws the foul nonetheless. Really couldn't get a good shot away. That was going to be called on Tony Rutland. That's only the second on Rutland. So, and again, the theory, the thought here would be don't let the big man get the easy 2. Make him get it at the free throw line.
Watch here's the replay of that, Tim. But he was, you would say, he was way under the basket.
Yep.
He could almost been called for a foul by jumping backwards into somebody.
Kecoughtan continues their mastery at the free throw line. Only a single miss. In 10 attempts, they are good on 9. Make that 9 out of 11. We're tied at 61, 3:23 left, regulation time. Big set, Iverson is open for three. No, he did not draw iron.
And he had a big man, Faisal Abraham, right in his face, Tim.
Got a screen, but he just missed the shot. Abraham gives to Ely. Ely mishandles it, but it gets in the hands of Jordan. Abraham with the basket and a foul. Basket is good. Brian Bean is called for his second personal foul. So Abraham, who had 7 at halftime, and he has added 8 more for his 15 points. And Abraham rolls it in for the three-point play, and that is the lead. We're going to invite you to stay tuned for some post-game comments. Hopefully Bob will have a chance to talk to a couple of players or coaches, if nothing else. And if that's a foul on Johnson, he will be out of the ballgame. That'll be number 5.
And that's exactly what it is, Tim.
So Johnson fouls out of the ballgame. He'll leave the game with a total of 7 points on the night.
Well, Tim, you have to feel pretty good if you're Mike Bailey. You got some play out of Tim Johnson, who hasn't played all year. Did a good job in there, a little rusty. Made some fouls that maybe he wouldn't have made. Big miss by the Warriors.
Abraham misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Bruins trailing by 3, and a bad pass picked off by Morocco Brown. And it's batted out of bounds by the Bruins.
We're going to have a timeout by the Bruins right now, Tim. Mike Bailey wants to talk to his Chargers.
Let's talk about our player of the game if we can here, Bob. Talk about our player of the game. Let's see now.
Well, I got to go with Bubba Chuck. I just don't know if anybody on the
I'm looking down here. I'm trying to see. Where can I go here?
Go a little higher. There you got it.
Yeah, I think Bubba Chuck, Mr. Iverson, does certainly draw consideration. 27 points unofficially.
And I got to go with Faisal Abraham with the Warriors, Tim, regardless.
Tony Jordan is a consideration, as is Morocco Brown. You know, it's not all that clear-cut, and again, it rarely ever is. But Brown for the game has come through with some big shots. He's got 2 threes on the night.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll either go with Morocco or with Faisal. Let you pick it. There's my 2.
All right, that's a tough call, though. There's let's not forget about Rashawn Ely either. He had a real fine game so far with 13 points. Let me see what happens in the next 2:25, and then I'll tell you. How's that?
Okay, I hear you. 5-point lead by the Warriors.
Mr. Abraham with the bucket to give his team a 5-point lead. Iverson looking for some help. Clears the right side. Bean trying to find somebody, gets it finally to Rodney Bell.
The Warriors are playing a real tight man-to-man.
And that will be number 4 on Ely. So that is a big foul with 1:56 remaining. Rashawn Ely with 4 personal fouls. Allen Iverson with 2 shots. And he cans the first. He was 4 out of 5 in the first half, and he is 4 out of 5 in the second half. I think that works out to be 8 out of 10, doesn't it? And he misses this one. And a tie-up should ensue. It doesn't, but it's finally stolen by the Bruins. Rutland is fouled on the way.
I thought there was going to be a jump ball call.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I can't hear if the whistle blows anyway.
So Ely picks up number 5.
Foul of the game.
A huge foul. Rashawn Ely leaves with 13 points. But this game is still very much in question, and his absence will be sorely missed. I mean, he is a big man for them. 13 points for Vershawn Ely as he fouls out. He had 5 baskets and 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. Tony Rutland, nothing but net. This game is a 3-point difference. There you see Vershawn right behind Revis Conrad.
Good shot of Tony Rutland.
Tony, nothing but net. And Michael Bailey wants to call a timeout.
Which is really smart, Tim. You got 1 minute and 49. You're down by 2. You want to make sure you make no mistakes on defense. Now you only have 1 big man to watch out for, and that's Abraham. You want to let him get the ball. I love the crowd. This is unbelievable.
A turnaway crowd at Bethel High School for this game, Friday night, the 31st of January. And boy, I tell you, whether you paid or whether you got in for free, you got all the money's worth tonight. Turnaway crowd. This is one of those times that you wish that we had a bigger area to play ball in besides the Coliseum. The Coliseum is just such a major undertaking to set up.
Yeah,
it'd be nice
right
to have
there.
a bigger one, but
well, Tim, at the end of this game, I am going to try to get with both coaches. And hopefully I can get with Bubba Chuck and whoever on the other side, but we'll see what happens.
Kecoughtan has 3 timeouts remaining in this game, while Bethel has 2, so that could become a factor down the stretch as well. 1 minute 40 to go. Kecoughtan with a 2-point lead in the ball, and Abraham, who's got my vote for the player of the game.
When the pressure's on, you go to your man that you can count on.
And Iverson had his pocket picked, but Tony Jordan is called for the foul on the play. That'll be just 2 on Jordan. But Iverson, who's been very consistent from the free throw line, will step back.
And we got a timeout by Revis Conrad, maybe trying to ice Iverson. Tim, the three-point shot has not been a big factor in the game so far for the Bethel Bruins in the second half. The first half it was. You can attribute that to the defense that the Warriors are playing.
Interestingly, the Bruins had 4 threes in the first half and none here in the second, while the Warriors had 3. There you see Dennis Killer Kozlowski in your screen there, the head coach of the football team and the athletic director here at Bethel.
Standing right next to him, Frank Brown, who is the trainer, athletic trainer here at Bethel High School, who has played football, quarterback, one of Coach Kyle's teams.
So Allen Iverson now with the 1-1 staring in his face. There you see the good-looking young athlete Allen Iverson as he calmly cans the first. He has 5 out of 8 here in the second half from the free throw line. That's 6 out of 9. And Mr. Iverson now with a total of 32 points on the night. 29 is the last time out. He's leading the Peninsula District, and he certainly won't hurt his average. He wants something more important than a high average right now. He wants to win this game. Looping pass inside before the shot. There is no basket. The shot was well after the whistle had blown.
Well, you can see what Coach Revis Conrad told his charges at the timeout, Tim. We come down, we're going to go to our big man. We've got the height advantages. Let's put the pressure on the Bruins, but make good passes to your man, good entry passes, and that's exactly what they're doing. We now have another timeout. And you have come up with Faisal as the player of the game for the Warriors.
There you saw the replay of the jam, but that was after the whistle had blown. So Faisal will have to earn those points at the free throw line. Just looking down my sheet here unofficially, give you some scoring. Tony Rutland, who came into the game averaging 19 plus, had 9 at halftime and has added 4 here. So he's been held down very well by Kecoughtan in the second half. On the other hand, 14 points at half for Allen Iverson, and he has added 18 to that total. So they haven't been able to shut him down. Of course, I remind you now, 2 key players, Tim Johnson and Vershawn Ely, have fouled out of this ball game. Ely, of course, the big 6'9" center for Kecoughtan, but they don't lose a lot in the sense that they have Abraham to back him up. Kecoughtan, or Bethel rather, has no true big man in the center.
Well, the last time that Faisal went to the foul line, he missed, and he could make sure he cans this one. The Warriors have only missed, what, 2 or 3 free throws in this whole game.
And Abraham calmly hits both. 4-point lead, 1:09 remaining. Iverson penetrates, had it blocked, and a foul is called. This will go against Abraham. That'll be his 3rd.
But Tim, that is really smart what the Bruins are doing. Instead of going for the 3, they're taking it inside and drawing a foul so you can score with the clock not running.
Iverson misses. So he's got a pattern going. He hits 4 and misses 1, hits 4 and misses 1. He gets 1 out of 2. 3-point difference. The Bruins trail, and Kecoughtan has the ball. Inside of a minute to go. Stolen by the Bruins. They spot Iverson down the court. Iverson got it.
1-point game.
Bruins wanted a foul, but none was called. A good no call. Iverson guarding Jordan. Jordan looping inside for Abraham. Turnaround short jumper, no good. Tap, no good. Follow is good. He is fouled.
What a big basket. Because that puts them up by 3 and a chance to go up by 4.
Half a minute remaining. Brian Bean on the push. Timeout called by Bethel. Well, I'll tell you one thing, you couldn't have written the script for this game.
Oh!
Watch the replay here. You'll see how it materializes. Look at Jordan looping it in for Abraham. Again, no one tall enough for Bethel to contest him.
But nobody blocked out Abraham. He was
And watch him.
He was able to go to the basket, replace, put up his missed shot, get fouled.
Not much of a foul, I got to tell you. That was on the replay.
I never saw the foul.
And if you're going to foul him, you got to make sure he doesn't get the bucket.
You got that right.
But that was one of those cases. Again, Abraham, for a big man, is extremely quick. So not only does he have his height advantage, but he knows how to go to the bucket. There's no question about that.
Oh, and he's quick going back up, Tim. He gets the rebound. He does not bring the ball down. He keeps it above his head, goes right back up, so you can't stop him without fouling him unless you're the same height or taller.
7 points at halftime, and Abraham has added 17 here in the second half for 24 total. Abraham misses. 3-point difference. Rutland will shoot it. No good. Gaskell can't control it. It goes out of bounds, belonging to Bethel.
22 seconds. Woo!
Rutland will trigger. This is Iverson, guarded by Jordan. Iverson for 3, no! Jordan with the rebound, 14 seconds to go. All alone is Abraham, jam it. And a foul.
That was a gamble by the Bruins, but you had to do it what, Tim? They had some chances to tie it up.
Yeah, I heard somebody say, what a game. I think that about covers
I
it.
tell you, both teams are congratulating each other, Tim, because there's no loser from these two teams. The score indicates one team won, but there's no losers out here tonight. Both of these teams are full of winners.
The game is not officially over yet, but that jam and the foul gives a 5-point lead to Kecoughtan with just 6 seconds remaining. And Abraham will have a chance to complete the three-point play. So the game is not over with yet, but for all intents and purposes, it very well may be. And, you know, let's give Kecoughtan some credit, too. We're talking about how well Bethel has played and how they are the younger of the two teams without the big center. But Kecoughtan has come into the other team's gym in front of a packed house and has played very well when they had to. It's showing me why they're the ranked number 4 in the state.
That is very true, Tim. When you can win on the road against good competition, that tells you that you have a great team.
I'd like to see you back for every Bethel home game.
So Kecoughtan, who led at the quarter break, trailed at half, regained the lead after 3, and then Faisal Abraham just basically took over this game and has made no mistake about it. Iverson from way outside for 3, and that is your final, 75-69. A 6-point difference for the final score as Kecoughtan hangs on and remains undefeated in the Peninsula District play. But like I said, this is what you can look forward to in the upcoming Peninsula District Tournament. Now that'll be happening starting the 21st of February, will be the first night of the Peninsula District Tournament. So make plans to get out to Anderson Fieldhouse at Fort Eustis. That's where all of the Peninsula District Tournament games will be
Tim, I
played
got
this year.
Coach Conrad here. Coach, this game was not decided until the end, but what a great job on the foul line your guys did.
Yeah, they did a good job. I'll tell you what, Bethel did a good job too. Okay, they did a super job.
And that's exactly
Don't take anything away from Bethel. They just played a super ball game.
Well, I told Tim there was no losers out here tonight. But I want to congratulate you on a fine team coming to an away gym and this kind of crowd. You guys did great.
I thought my kids played super, especially down the stretch. They did a super job.
Really
I can't say enough about all of them. All of them did a good job.
Good enough. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good. Tim, I also have Mike Bailey over here. Mike, I want to say congratulations. You didn't win, but you got a bunch of winners out there. There was no loser out here tonight.
No, both teams showed a lot of character. This is like March Madness right now, where everybody's in a tournament fever. The fans, you can hear them right now. The kids played their hearts out both ways. When it came crunch time, they went to the main man, Abraham, and we missed some shots that we may normally hit. We're young. We'll learn from this situation most definitely.
Well, I tell you, where we think you lost it was on the foul line.
We didn't get there.
You did, but when you got there, you didn't convert like Kecoughtan didn't miss any until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, shot selection hurt us too. We didn't put the ball on the floor as deep as we could have to get ourselves in foul line. The guys who got in the foul line weren't always the guys who end up shooting a lot of fouls for us. So I can't put the blame on them. I'm real proud of our kids.
I don't mean to be any blame. If you'd have made your foul shots, it would have been a different outcome. But you got to be pleased with this group of young men you've got.
Well, we got to rebound like the article said and see if we can come back next Tuesday, because the rest of the way it's one ball game at a time. We got to be ready to play. But I'm real proud of our kids.
Well, I am too. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to congratulate Kecoughtan because, like I said in the paper, they are the class of the Peninsula District. I just hope they are the class of the state.
Okay, good enough. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Tim, let's go back over to you.
Yeah, class comes to mind when you think about both of those coaches. They showed a lot of class in the way that they handled this game, a big game, a crosstown rivalry certainly, and a lot at stake as Kecoughtan was trying to keep their unblemished Peninsula District record intact, and they were able to do so as they squeak out a 6-point final margin of victory over a real tough Bethel High School team. And it's not often you get a game that lives up to its billing.
Well, I tell you, Tim, if the fans that were here have to be real excited, those that didn't get in because they came late are now wishing that they got in here, but they can turn in and see this game on Channel 5. What a great contest we had tonight. And Mike Bailey said it best, March Madness is here on us already, and we're just into February.
13 points for Morocco Brown, a like number for Tony Jordan, a like number for Vershawn Ely, and then 27 for the big man, our player of the game for Kecoughtan, Faisal Abraham. On the other side of the ledger for Bethel, 37 points from sophomore Allen Iverson, 13 from Tony Rutland. Maybe the big story in this thing is the fact that Rodney Bell, who averages 11 points a game, was held below his average, only 4 points for Bell. Good defensive effort. 8 points for Brian Bean, 2 for Chris Askell, and 7 for Tim Johnson. A very fine overall effort from both teams. As you said, I know it's not easy to say this when you end up losing, but both teams winners tonight for their efforts on the court.
Well, but with Mike Bailey, Tim, his team is a young team. He has got sophomores and junior on the team. The senior team, the seniors are on the Kecoughtan team. They showed that they have a little more experience, and it shows. But when you can go down to the end and you can go to your big man and he delivers for you, that's what it's all about.
All right, the Kecoughtan Warriors improved their record to 15-1, 13-0 in the Peninsula District, and the Bethel Bruins fall to 11-5, 10-3 overall. The final score as Kecoughtan extends their win streak to 9 games, ending a 5-game win streak by Bethel. The final score 75-69. Kecoughtan wins the battle. This is Tim Cole for Bob Hintz. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.